Hey, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something we all do all the time, asking for and giving advice in English. Whether you're talking to a friend or maybe a teacher, using the right words really can change everything. So let's just jump right in and see how it works. You know that feeling, right? When you really need some help, some guidance, but the words just won't come out, right? Or maybe it's the other way around. Someone asks you for advice, and you're just not sure how to say what you mean. Well, trust me, you are not the only one.
So here's the big secret. It's all about matching your language to the situation you're in. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. And honestly, it's also why you're saying it that way. Let's really break this down.
And to make this super easy to follow, we're going to tag along with a student named Alex. We're going to see Alex handle two totally different situations that call for two totally different ways of talking.
Okay, first up, let's look at the place we do this the most, talking with our friends. This is, informal, it's casual, so the language we use should be just as relaxed and direct. It reflects that comfort level we have with each other.
So, picture this. Alex is chatting with a friend who is totally freaking out about a big exam tomorrow. I think we've all been there, right? That classic pre-exam stress.
And Alex's friend just puts it all out there, A simple, direct question. There's no fancy language here, just a straight-up help me between two people who trust each other.
Now, what I love about these phrases is just how simple and, real they are. Questions like, what should I do? Or my personal go-to, any ideas? They're perfect for friends because they're so casual and they cut right to the chase. It just screams trust and comfort.
So how does Alex answer? Well, there are a few ways to go. You could be really direct. You should. Or a little softer. A suggestion like, why don't you? But honestly, the best one is the empathetic way. If I were you, I would. This one is so powerful. It's not just advice. It shows you actually get what they're feeling. You're putting yourself in their shoes. And that's what being a good friend is all about.
Okay, let's hit pause and switch gears completely. The conversation with a friend is done, and now Alex has to go talk to a teacher. The whole vibe just shifted from super informal to pretty formal.
And the stakes are a lot higher now. We're not talking about just one test anymore. Alex needs some serious life advice about picking a university. This conversation needs a more respectful, a more formal approach for sure. Just listen to that difference. Wow, Alex isn't saying, what should I do anymore? Phrasing it like, I would appreciate your advice, that immediately changes the tone. It's formal, it's respectful, and it shows Alex understands the student-teacher relationship.
So let's look at these options, because the magic is really in the details here. Using words like could, appreciate, and recommend, that's not just being polite. It's sending a signal of respect. These phrases recognize the teacher's expertise and show that you genuinely value their opinion and their time.
And here it is, side by side. This makes it so clear, doesn't it? Any ideas becomes, what would you recommend? It's the exact same question at its core, but it's just dressed up for a completely different party. Getting this right is a total game changer for your communication skills.
And of course, the teacher's response is also going to be more formal. You'll hear professional-sounding phrases like, I would recommend, or you may want to consider. It's meant to be guiding and authoritative, but still really respectful.
But wait, we're not done. Communication is a two-way street, right? Asking for and giving advice is only half of it. You've also got to know how to respond when someone gives you that advice. So let's check that out.
Accepting advice is pretty straightforward. A simple, that's a good idea, totally works. But what's really, really useful here is learning how to say no politely. Phrases like, I appreciate your advice, but, or that classic, I'll think about it, are absolute lifesavers. They let you disagree or go your own way without being rude.
All right, so let's wrap all this up. The best way to think about these phrases isn't as a bunch of rules you have to memorize. Think of them as tools. Tools you can pull out of your communication toolkit whenever you need them.
So we've covered all the basics, right? We've got informal asking and giving for friends, formal asking and giving for people like teachers, and maybe most important of all, how to accept or refuse that advice with grace. You are now officially ready for pretty much any advice conversation that comes your way.
Look, if you only remember one thing from all of this, please let it be this. Always, always match your language to the person and the situation. It's the absolute cornerstone of good communication. It shows you're aware, you're respectful, and you know what you're doing.
So, you got the tools, you understand the strategy. There's only one question left, really. What conversation are you going to start? Thanks for joining me.